Most people think when their ex reaches out, it's because they want to get back together. Nope, not even close. I'm going to tell you the real reason your ex suddenly messages you, calls you, shows up at your door, or starts crying about the past. And here's the thing. Sometimes it does mean they want to come back, but only if it fits a very specific pattern. So let's find out what's really happening with your ex when they reach out. Because most people think, oh, it's because they want to come back. But as you'll see, a lot of the time, that's not the reason. Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back or to get over your ex. And welcome back, my beautiful no contact army. Have you been a good little soldier and stayed in no contact? If you have, then you've downloaded my app Silencio to help you with that task. And the link for that is underneath every single video and podcast. And if you too would like to join our army, just hit the subscribe button and the bell notification and you're in. And to read our manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com where you can read 2 free chapters before you purchase the book. Okay, so let's start with the most misunderstood piece first. So when your ex reaches out suddenly, intensely, or emotionally, it's rarely because they sat down and thought, you know what, I want a healthy relationship again with my ex. Yeah, no. It's because they're emotionally flooded. And the reason I decided to make this video is because in the last, I'd say 7 to 10 days, 4 of my clients have heard from their exes, and they all had the same experience where the ex was emotionally flooded. And so they were confused because the ex was expressing all kinds of emotions. And so they thought, oh, well, for sure, they want to get back together. And then the ex pulled back. So I want to make sure you don't get caught up and don't get confused. So when I say emotionally flooded, what that means is that when someone gets overwhelmed, so they feel guilt, loneliness, regret, jealousy, stress, nostalgia, their nervous system starts looking for relief. You know, just because someone breaks up with you, it doesn't mean they're totally fine with it. They're totally happy. You know, they're going to skip off into the sunset and they are 100% on board with it. No, they're going through their own pain too, most of the time. And so they're looking for relief, as I said, and that relief comes from the place that feels familiar, predictable, safe. Who could that be? Oh yeah, that would be you. So when your ex sends you emotional messages, calls you out of the blue all of a sudden, shows up in person, shares something heavy like a death or a health issue, starts crying or reminiscing about what could have been, that's not clarity. That's flooding. They're not thinking about their relationship. They're thinking about their feelings, and you are their emotional pressure valve. And here's the thing, being someone's emotional outlet is not the same as being their partner. Just because they're using you to regulate their nervous system, it doesn't mean they want to get back together. And that's where a lot of people make the mistake and think that the ex does want to get back together. No, they actually need to say it and say it very clearly, because emotional exes don't speak in straight lines. So they'll say something like, we're perfect together, but I can't promise you anything. I'll always love you, but I need to move forward. I miss you, but I'm not ready. So these contradictions aren't random. This is the message. Mixed messages are the message. If you're getting mixed messages, that doesn't mean they're ready to get back together. It means they're conflicted. So they're romantically pulled towards you, but they're also terrified of the responsibility or the accountability or the change that the relationship is going to require. So they want the feeling of you, but not the work of being with you. So don't mistake emotional intensity for commitment. It's a trap. Watch out. It's a trap. Watch out. So let's talk about something that exes do constantly. And that is, they send things like, hey, or a nostalgic picture, thinking of you, a song, a private joke, a random question, usually a very random question where you're like, what the heck, where'd that come from? Yeah, this is all a test. They want to see, will you respond? How fast? How warm? How emotional? How available? So this isn't romance. It's a control check. And it reassures them that even if they're not with you, they still have access to you. Because people who really want to get back together, they don't test you. And what they do is they take responsibility and they communicate clearly. But we'll get to that in a minute. Now, here's something you probably don't want to hear. Sometimes when your ex contacts you, they'll have emotional stories like a death, a crisis, a medical problem, a meltdown, and this is meant to soften you. Now, not always consciously, but emotionally, people know that when they share something tragic, you don't want to be the bad guy or the bad girl, and you're not going to be able to hold boundaries, and you're not going to push back. And so they get instant sympathy. I knew I was going to mess up that word. Sympathy. They get a symphony of music all of a sudden. No, sympathy, instant closeness, instant forgiveness, and suddenly they feel better while you feel responsible. So this is why you often hear your ex say something like, well, I need to move forward, or this is too much, or I can't let this consume me. So they open the floodgates and then they shut the door just because they feel exposed. So that's avoidance. That is not reconciliation. Now let's talk about the exception, because yes, sometimes your ex does mean something real. And here's how to know if they actually want to get back together. They're consistent. So it's not one emotional day. It's not 2 calls. It's not a meltdown at midnight. It's consistent, calm, steady communication. And they're going to take accountability. So they'll say things like, I've looked at my part in what happened. I understand what I did and I'm working on it. I don't expect you to jump in. I just want to show up differently. So see how there's no blame, no excuses, no guilt tripping. And they make real life changes and promises. So they get therapy, they change their behavior, they make amends if they have to, and they address the issues that broke the relationship. Also, they end all other romantic involvement. So no rebounds, no situationships, no, I'm confused. Someone who truly wants you does not keep a safety net. And also, they're going to talk about the future with clarity, not pressure, not fantasy, not we were perfect, but actual willingness to rebuild. That's what real reconciliation looks like. Everything else is emotion, not intention. So, what should you do? Well, if your ex is emotional, confused, and inconsistent, then you need to stay calm, neutral, and slightly distant. If your ex is steady, accountable, and intentional, then you match their pace, but slowly. Because the biggest mistake that people make is assuming that emotion equals commitment. No, emotion is easy. Consistency is rare. Just because you see emotion does not mean they want to get back together. Silence, boundaries, and emotional control don't push your ex away. They actually reveal their real intentions. And if the connection is real, they're going to step up with clarity. And if it's not, then your silence frees you. Either way, you win. Got it? So now I want to hear from you. Have you heard from your ex? And if so, what happened? Let us know below. And if you would like my help to get your ex back, you can contact me at theartoflove.net/coaching, and we will send you the rates. They are not on the website, and the link to that is underneath every single video and podcast. If you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button And if you are listening to this as a podcast, you can also subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And finally, remember, love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.